Hey guys, this is Jen from ScanNCut Jam Sessions and ScanNCut Canvas and Scal Help on Facebook. Okay, what I'm doing here is I want to show you guys, a lot of people like using these watercolor images with our ScanNCut, okay, and Scal, but to print it out and to try to scan it in, a lot of times the scanner won't capture this entire image. Okay, so what we can do though is when we have Scal, we can trace this in because we don't need this actual image right here. We do not need this because we can print it out, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I did, I'm going to click OK. What I did is I went to trace. Okay, and I went to the choose image and I chose my image. That's the one that I want. That's the one that I'm going to print out. Alright, so I brought it in here. That's the black background. That's the silhouette. Alright, but I want it in the actual watercolor. Okay, but I want it cut out. Well, that's what I'm doing here. This is my cut file. Okay, so there's my cut file. I'm going to bring in, this is my print file. You've seen me do the printing before, and this actually takes forever sometimes. I'm going to place the image and I'm going to create a second page so that the machine doesn't get confused, because it will. It can only read, or should I say, I create files with only one type of file in them, so that my machine doesn't get confused and I don't have to run back and forth. Alright. Okay, it finally came up. And look, if I take and I drag this over there, it's the exact same size. Okay, so that's how I go about doing it. So I'll create page 2. Let me get rid of this. Send to layer page 2. Okay. So now that is on page 2, and I can bring it over here so that it's in the same spot if I want. But you know how to do the background scan. If you don't, there is a video on how to do that. Just search background in my name. But if you want to increase the size, just go ahead. Come on. Boy, Scal's running really slow. Go ahead and line them both up, and you'll increase the size all together. Maybe up a smidge. And over a smidge. You see they line up perfectly. So just go in, capture them both, and increase the sizes together. Okay? And then send this to page 2 so that you'll have just the print. Alright. Okay, so this will go to page 2, and that will be your print file. This preview is your cut file, so you'll come up, you'll do your export it to your stick, come to page 2, kind of come up here, not export, you're going to go to print. You're going to print this page. Then when you get to your machine, you're going to scan. Okay, you can scan this in. This will be your cut file, so then you can place your cut file directly over this image, so you don't need to worry about the acetate trace. Okay, you don't have to worry about doing all of that. You can scan this in. This will be the background scan, and then this will be the cut file that you're going to cut. Alright, and it does work. I've done this a couple times before. Alright, so that's how you go about doing it. To bring in, let's say you have just a regular watercolor, that's a little bit more difficult because you actually do have to scan that in. These are already files that we have in our system. so we can capture a trace from them from our computer. So something that you have to scan in that you don't already have files for, that's a little bit more difficult, and you will have to use the acetate trick for that one to capture a cut file. Alright guys, if you have any questions, you can find me over at ScanNCut, Canvas, and Scal Help on Facebook. Thanks guys.